FeelsStrongMan. Been heavily debating going back to like trying the duo streaming. I mean like multi-streaming on YouTube. It was pretty good when I started doing that, but then I got a huge strike, a huge strike on my VOD channel on YouTube, just because I played a copyrighted song. Oof. The problem is with my art streams, music plays an important part. It's not like playing game streams where you just play the video game music, and video game companies, unlike music companies, they're okay with it. They're okay with streamers streaming their content. So it's a different deal. It's a bit annoying when I do art streams. It's important to have some good vibes in the background, because we're a background stream. We're more of a background stream, and our content, unlike people that play video games, where the content is just like the game giving them the content, and for them, the streamer, to react to, basically. It's like react content. Art streamers, we have to create our content from scratch, and it's really freaking slow. So music adds at least like a vibe while you're doing this slow thing. So you get the music out of my stream, it sucks. So I have to take the big sacrifice of like, okay, I guess I'll play some music, but I'm only gonna stream on Twitch and not on YouTube. And this sucks. Otherwise I stream on YouTube, but then I just play some accepted music, like, what the fuck's going on? Where's the mount? If I stream on YouTube, then I have to play like video game music at best. At best. Let's go, Smash! That's the hype I want to see. Love that. Thanks for joining today. Let's bring back the art streams, right? Nice. I like that playlist. It's my playlist called Angsty Teenager Music. It has a lot of 90s, early 2000s stuff, little band music, including cringe stuff like Evanescence for some reason. Oh, I think because it was actually the purpose of this playlist initially to have actually angsty teenager music. But then I expanded it because it was like Avril Lavigne and that stuff. But I added some other stuff in there, like Muse. So now it's just kind of like alternative early 2000s rock kind of thing in general. It's a vibe, I like it. I'm a viber. I have multiple types of vibes, ambiances, and like music styles and playlists that I make. because every day I have a different mood. A lot of days it's gonna be metal music, like my favorite bands. Other times it can be classical, jazz, alternative rock, 90s, 80s. They're all different vibes that I like. Electronic music, when it's well done and not AI, like Dance with the Dead, that kind of stuff. Love it. How's it going, Smash? How's it going? Looking at my stream overlay right now. I forgot we had that chat thingy here. I like it. I still like it. I could customize the colors a bit, but it's nice. And if we go in the other art, my old art thing. That was 2.0. 1.0 was like even bigger. Not this. Anyway. This is sometimes fun too. It's like a 7-year-old overlay that I made. Never cared to take the time to change it. It's just at one point I became more minimalistic, I guess. Ah! And then just kind of went with the more full screen Photoshop, in this case animate. A bit of a bigger webcam, bigger Photoshop, less kind of useless space, but people like having shenanigans on the stream sometimes. A bit more production value. Are my emotes not bouncing? Let me see. I'm supposed to balance. Oh, they are. Okay, that's at least working. A potential new job. Just want out. I see. I see. Would it be a work at home job or not? That song metric, nice. So we have some metric on that playlist too. Hey, working at home. It would be hard to settle for anything else once you've already worked at home. It's an interesting topic. You know, the Twitch thing, the streaming thing, content creation, it's still very new. Like people haven't completed the whole journey of it yet for it to be documented. But as someone who's been in it for a long time, even on the edges, not necessarily as a full-time successful streamer, but like someone who works with that people, and I've still streamed a lot, and my girlfriend's a streamer. I'm starting to see a lot of people, small streamers that made it to medium streamers at the time in their career and slowly dropping because of many factors that I won't go into, but streaming is very competitive and very, very difficult. But some of them have been retiring from streaming. Some of my clients or ex-clients, I see them retiring. sometimes kind of going bankrupt from it, and it sucks. I hate it. Or I see them still struggle. I see them with the same struggle year after year, the same passion of streaming. They deserve so much more, but they don't get it. It's such a competitive thing. Like, they got in at the right time. That's why they initially got partnered and found some success. And then eventually it catches up, right? Like, everybody can play video games. So everybody can pick up a camera and start streaming. And so you have millions of streamers now of all levels, all sizes, all types of skills. And so how do you stay afloat as a medium-sized streamer from 2015 whose only skill is to be entertaining or good at speedrunning? I don't know. Yeah, how do you keep up? Damn, it's not a job with a lot of stability. I've been only lucky so far because, as I guess Devin Nash was saying or something, it's like having a skill to sell keeps you afloat, you know. Oh my gosh, is that Zulo? Holy shit, Zulo! Wait, Zulo, I've been wondering. Where have you been? I thought about you here and there, like.
It's been a while. I rarely catch any streams anymore, but I still wish you the best.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot. I wish you the best too, Zulo. I absolutely wish you the best. And to your defense, I have not been very, very active. I've not been like a full-time streamer the past like 3 years. I'm still a full-time artist working with streamers. That's what I do. Things are doing great, but you know, the streaming thing, it became a lot of effort for not that much success, I guess, on the streaming side. Like, it became just a dump of energy that was not necessarily worth it versus putting that energy somewhere else. But I miss it. So I've been kind of streaming a little bit more the past 2 weeks since I finally settled in my new place here, a different city. With Crystal still. Every time I say that I moved, people are like, "Are you still with Crystal?" Or you've been kicked out of the home. So now we moved, finally settled, and I'm happily getting back to streaming casually, but more actively. Just for the love of the game, you know? Just for the love of the game. I'm just casually here. Don't care if I have 2 viewers. I'm just doing my work like I used to do, and still have a good time. But everybody that come back here and be like, "I've been missing so many streams, I'm sorry," but I'm not. Well, equally, I've been not streaming much for you to attend my streams, so it's nobody's fault. So you broke your back. Was it at work? Being treated for herniated disc. Oh my gosh, okay. Much more difficult. Yeah, because you were in the service, weren't you? And so having an accident like that and being like disabled in that way. Still working in the military, just not at all the same job. Right, they have different, like, a lot of different types of jobs there, which I assume they offered you once you had an accident. Okay. Okay, I'm glad, Zulu. Very nice. Still employed there. Hopefully they treat you good over there. And I'm sorry that you freaking broke your back. Ugh. Yeah, Sylvian still in your tag. Oh, nothing really changed over here. It's all the same except less viewers. But I'm trying to bring back the regularness. Just the regularness, like being not regular and streaming once a month for the past 2 years made it hard to people to just think of people that would still watch wouldn't because they don't know that I'm live. I'll try to bring back the regularness so that we can at least have a little fam here, hang out. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay. Easier. Still Leon, that's so cool to see. It's nice of you to drop by and catch up. Catch up, Zulo? I was wondering what happened. And, okay. I think what helped renewing my Twitch vibe this year was like in December I was like, okay, I guess I need to finally reach out to new clients because I'm running out of regulars that need work. And so in January, magically, Valkyrie came back to Twitch from having long-term contracts on YouTube exclusively, right? She came back to Twitch, reconnected with me because I used to be her emote artist, and just I've been blasting a bunch of work for her. And then Poki saw that. She liked my work from Raise. Pokimane is now back working with me after like 10 years. So I got Poki and Valkyrie, and it's like 2017 again. So in the same vein, I just kind of want to stream some art again, make it a thing. Even though it's kind of hard to pick up the pieces and stream from scratch. It's a bit hard. There's so many streamers, so many new streamers, and so many new artists. And you know, we'll do our best out there. You moved to Ottawa? Moving to Ottawa and being a bunch of bad luck constantly. I'm just glad you're chill stream around again. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that's fine. Coincidence is key. It's a hot day today in Canada. So I moved close to Montreal. I'm a suburban person now. That was kind of Crystal's dream. She always wanted to get closer to Montreal. And all of our friends, all of our friends are there. Both on her group and my group of old school, my old boys. They're all in Montreal. And so now, Montreal is basically our backyard. And it's amazing. It's amazing being a suburban person because I lived in Montreal for 10 years in the past. And as much as I enjoyed the experience, I know it wasn't a long-term thing for me. Just because I grew up in a small town, next to nature, I'm a sportsy guy, I want to go in the woods, I want access to nature or bike path and everything. And so I knew that Montreal for me was a temporary residence, even though I love the town and I want to go back a lot, just not as a resident. So now it's really cool because it's almost like I brought Ottawa to here, like, or even my hometown next to Ottawa. Like, we live in a place where it's the same vibe as the other region that we come from. Like, super chill. Nobody's in a rush here. The streets are large. Everything is new, modern, new buildings, new blocks, new houses. Instead of Montreal being so old and so jam packed. But the thing is, we're like 10 minutes away from Montreal. 10 minutes away, and I see my buds, and I get some Montreal bagels, Montreal Portuguese chicken, all the good stuff, just 10 minutes away. And then I come back in my modern ass apartment, super chill neighborhood with my amazing view and my big ass windows. Living the dream over here. It's been a fantastic change from that tiny apartment that we had before for 7 years, or from the old ass Yeah. No wonder I'm like struggling to run The Last of Us 1. You would have thought that was okay. Well, you know, my work and hobbies are on the PC. So 8 years? Oh, to be fair though, I don't upgrade during the 8 years. I don't touch anything. And then I switch everything together, generally. I'm not someone who like gradually replaces a bunch of pieces. Yep, 8 years. It's a lot from many like streamers, gamers, all that stuff. I'm seeing the limitations in my art programs too. I'm running it thin. I'm overclocked as much as I can. So yeah, I was planning on buying a new PC this year, but we decided to move very quickly, and I spent an insane amount of monies. We paid off the car this year. We spent like 9,000 each, Canadian, not US, and then spent thousands each on getting a new couch, new futon, a new patio set, projector, super good audio speakers for the house, and a bunch of shit. It's ridiculous. And the move itself. I'm gonna die. I think I'm just gonna die. Yeah, COVID is... It's already 5 years. I mean, is it? I don't know. That was one of the craziest times that in the West happened for our generation. It's gonna go in the history books. The pandemic. Because in the West, I mean, we haven't had like our generation, we haven't lived a big war or anything. The biggest thing that happened to us was Y2K and the pandemic. We could say we've been lucky and be living in a good period of time in the West for now. Other than the fact that we're going into a recession and then a civil war, but not just kidding. I used to be Among Ghost. Among Ghost! See, I keep forgetting that. Oh my gosh. That's what happens when we change our names. And it's the only thing that we go by and get recognized by online, and then we don't stream a lot and we don't see each other a lot. So yeah, keep reminding me. Keep reminding me or showing me your ghosty emotes that we'd made for you a while ago. They were great. I like the emotes that we made. Oh man, it's getting hot. Today's a good test for a setup because we have air conditioner in the apartment, but it's in the living room, and while Crystal is streaming, I shut my door, and so it's not coming in here. So I'm testing. My window is shut because when it's hotter outside than inside, I have to close my window and let the AC run and steam. Now we have a typical super hot summer day today at 30 Celsius. It's 30 Celsius. With low wind. That is a hot day. And I have a portable air conditioner from my old place that I kept, and I might put in my window if I can't really open my door, let the AC in while I work, while Crystal works. Might have to do that and run a portable AC, but those are loud and it takes so much electricity. But thankfully I'm in Quebec now, where electricity is very cheap, thanks to Hydro-Quebec. Yay! So yeah, might have to attach that AC to my window. Damn it! It really is going to be a story of future generations. People are going to ask what they did during the pandemic. Yeah. Your name is not available anymore. What? You had some health problems. Deleted your account. Aw, okay. Sorry you went through bad times. So, not an affiliate anymore. Okay. Well, shit happens. If anything, it's not too hard to get affiliate again. Maybe so we can use those emotes again. But that sucks. Ghosty. For now, if you care about getting back to your old kind of name, you could rename to something close to get that identity back, and maybe work on that affiliate again, if you care for that. If not, it's fine. I hope you're doing better though, Ghost. I really hope so. When you worked your ass off on deserted roads. Oh my gosh, that was so weird, right? That was one of the weirdest, kind of coolest things to see. Was going out and it's deserted. We were like in the road, or like some post-apocalyptic movie, and you could see the animals take back the city. It's crazy. Like the day that humans are gone by some virus in a future, or by the robots or something, the day after, the animals notice it, and they just expand. They take some territory again. Isn't that crazy? Hi KQJ Dia. Array sub, hi. Oh, I remember you. Thank you. Hope you will too. See, this is what I miss. You guys is what I miss. This is why I'm streaming again. It's not for money. It's not for growing on Twitch. I know better. It's just, I miss the vibes. I miss coming here, doing my work, my commissions, having like awesome awesome nerds to interact with every day. But yeah, walking in deserted roads and seeing more birds and more animals in the city, that was so strange. That was a lot of weird, weirdly unique / most positive things were happening. Well, just like any crisis, there's some good changes that are going to be made from that, right? One of them was working at home. A lot of businesses were always considering, maybe for this type of job, you don't all need to come at work, but we don't have time to work on this infrastructure because we're overworking, as in the culture is in America and North America, just working long hours and never taking the time to improve anything. And so it gave time to companies to improve stuff. Rebuild, adjust, improve, reassess, and be like, okay, we can do this from home, we can cut off this, we can remake this better. Those were some of the good things that happened. And now we normalized working at home. I think that improved a lot of people's lives. And I think it clears the roads, stuff like that. We don't all go do the same things at the same time during the day. Like, hey, going to Costco on like a Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Hey, the place is deserted. It's great. I can get my $1 hot dogs instantly. That's a perk of like my job, I guess. Or freelancing or being your own boss. The downside is never being able to retire. Unless one of my little side businesses kind of kick off and give me some good side revenue. Which it will happen. Okay, I'm working on smart things on the side. Having your name never change makes so many people recognize you. Yes, yeah. It's kind of a mistake to drastically change your Twitch name when you have when you know a lot of people in communities on Twitch. Because you don't have a face. Your only face is your name, your Twitch name. But I get it though sometimes. If your name is also kind of like your clothes, and at some point you're just tired of how they look and you just want to have a whole different look, a redo, then, I get it. What am I doing? When I don't stream art for a while and I get back, I'm always like just very slow with the work itself. But I'm always okay with it. I'm here to chat and hang out. Time to change to something completely different. No! Well, you said that your old username was the opposite, Papolux. A lot of people have Lord in their name. That's true. Even one of my oldest besties has Lord in his name. It used to be a thing. You have to get out of that Lord phase. It's kind of a 2005 phase, if I'm honest. In World of Warcraft, early World of Warcraft 2. I always had the same gamer name since Diablo 2. Seraz. It was the name of my sorceress in Diablo 2. S-E-R-A-Z. I always kept that for no reason until I joined Twitch. Then I had a chance to maybe revamp. I wanted something with Dom in it. Then I was just Dom Madness here. But I never liked that username. But it kind of stayed there, grew on me, made sense, like never affected. I guess it's not a bad name. It never affected like my ability to make friends in communities and streamers. My name has never been a problem, and I ended up being okay with it because I like that it has Dom in it. So streamers call me Dom because they know me personally, but then their audience know who I am because there's literally Dom in my name. Oh yeah, of course, some people will say Do Madness. A lot of people, like streamers reading my name for the first time. Do Madness, Do Madness, Dom Madness. Once they know my real name, then they call me, I guess, well, they just call me Dom. And at least there is Dom in my username. For that reason, I'll keep it. I tried though, I tried. Years ago, I reached out to Twitch Partner Help or Twitch Help and tried to rename to just Dom. It wasn't accepted because they gatekeep their 3-letter names for Twitch employees or people with status in the Twitch community. And also, they used to have this thing where a very toxic streamer that used to be called Dom was permabanned, and then they couldn't give their name to me. That's another reason they gave me. Tried to rename to Dommy. I'm glad I didn't rename to Dommy, but that also wasn't accepted for the gatekeeping thing with 4-letter names. I ended up being okay with my username. The only thing I would consider changing it to is my full artist name, because it's my username everywhere else. My first and last name. You know, that's what I am on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, just my artist name. But it would be just a long and obnoxious username on Twitch. So you know what? I'm fine with Dom Madness right now. It's getting so hot in here. I'm so gonna change my mind and just add my AC in that window for this summer. Today was the ultimate test. Yeah, it's like Dom and Madness in one awkward word. That's what happened. What does it all mean though? KQJ Dia 007. 007 is obviously James Bond. So maybe you're a fan of that Nintendo 64 game. KQJ. King, Queen, Jester. I got most of it. Nice. Wow. That's my superpower, honestly. I used to have, like, when streaming, I used to have this superpower of pronouncing people's names properly. And they would say, like, every other streamer says it wrong. I'm like, it's my superpower. It really is. Yay. Wow. It's so good to be here. I'm nostalgic. It's funny because my last stream, I'm pretty sure I looked at my viewers at some point and it was in the negative numbers. And I was playing Last of Us 1. So it's good to see that I have some friends hanging out on my art streams, which in the end is the streams that I care about the most, because that's the ones I can make money with and survive doing my commissions. But I've been just kind of rewarding myself with streaming games that I've been wanting to play for a very long time. So Last of Us 1 was one. I'm still gonna stream Last of Us 2, I think, next week. Just kind of want to clear it, even though my brother-in-law kind of spoiled me some things about Last of Us 2 and I'm very mad. I hope it won't ruin the whole experience. Otherwise I'll disown him. He's one of those people that get so passionate about talking to about something, and then he'll be like, without spoiling you the game, there's this that happened in the game, and then I just connect the dots and I'm spoiled. I hate it. Wait, I don't know why it was on BR back screen, but I'm back. Hi. There's zombies? Ah, Zulo! I thought this was all cured at the end of the first game. No, it was definitely not cured at the end of the first game. We made sure of it. I still have the DLC to play. Today I consider just making that emote and then keeping my energy, just going off stream, working on a comic. I have this very strict schedule for myself this year. And if I stream like 2 long hours, I can it can get in the way. But I also considered staying live and playing that DLC. I don't know. Should I stream Last of Us 2? I don't know. It wasn't a very popular thing to do on my stream. My thing is just, I'm going to play it anyway. Might as well just stream it, kind of thing. I don't know. Arm, 2, boom. Arm, 1, boom. Then we create a classic tween. We be tweening. Boom, boom. Okay, so the arms will start down here. What is that? Okay. Again, next week I could do the same thing as I did like last week. Could do a little bit of an art stream and then go play Last of Us. I just want to clear the game. Just want to play the masterpiece. And then I can watch the series. Have you guys been to the movie lately? I haven't been like at all this year, I think. Like there's not much that I personally care about seeing. Except I think my first movie that I'll go see in this new town that I live in is Jurassic Park. I want to go see the dinosaurs. Crystal was like, did your Jurassic Park kind of suck? Are you sure you want to go see it? Like, yeah, I want to see the dinos. Is that so hard to understand? So we're gonna see the dinos in July. It's a guilty pleasure. I find all the Jurassic Park movies pretty fun. except like Jurassic Park, The New World, I think, like Jurassic Park 2, or maybe 2 and 3. Those suck. The new ones, Jurassic Park, like World or whatever, Jurassic World, they are consistent. They're consistently okay. They're fun. They're fun. Kind of like the kaiju movies and the Planet of the Apes kind of green screen movies. I thought they did pretty great with all of the Planet of the Apes remakes and the kaiju, like the most recent Godzilla movies with King Kong, like that little saga. Honestly, very impressed. Very impressed. And I'm hard to impress. We've been served in the kaiju universe. Can't see it, but in my background somewhere here, there's Godzilla that I bought in Japan. Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla facing each other. Love them. I love them. It's super iconic of Japan, and I got it in the iconic store. It's the main series, main line of toys of Godzilla, and so it just has like this extra meaning to me to have them in the background. off and had to quit streaming. I've seen a couple of ones over the years. It's interesting. But what I know is that when a job makes you struggle for so long, sometimes it can almost be a relief when you switch a job and you start having a steady flow of income that you never had during your streaming years, getting some stability, and then you realize that that new job is in many ways easier than streaming. So I've seen some cases where those streamers got back to a happier place when switching job eventually. But it's always so crushing to see them like lose their passion job and have to like be forced to retire and do something else. That's something that I'm vulnerable to eventually too, with AI, of course. I was talking to my programmer friend about this, and like I can't really victimize myself too much when I talk about AI and stuff, because then it's like, well, my friend that's a programmer, he'll be like the first one to have his skill being replaced by AI more than artists. Because there's always gonna be some people, like it's always gonna be some people admiring art made by humans. But programming code by humans versus code by robot, who cares in the real world, right? That's the thing. It's like, in a way, I'm safe for a couple of things. People that buy art care that it's made by artists. So like many jobs that artists have will be replaced by AI, which sucks. Like in the graphic design world, people that want a logo and they find it expensive to hire a real artist, they'll go use AI. But there will always have a market for buying handcrafted things by artisans and buying real art made by humans. Like there's so many people that care about having this piece of oil painting made by a real human, a local person on their wall. These people will never want something made by a robot, not even close. And a lot of people will buy those accidentally, made by a robot, advertise that it's made by a human or something. But so not all jobs by artists will be replaced, I think. But there will be a lot less jobs for sure for artists. That's of course until there will be more ruling by courts. But the AI and this technology advancement and all this bullshit is advancing so fast that the courts don't have time to properly assess it and rule in protection of artists and photographers and all that. And like just protecting the jobs of people in general, like programmers and all that. They don't have time to adapt and protect people. So people will be abused by it for a long time before their protection for their jobs. That sucks. So the AI era that we're going into is gonna really suck. Before robots help everyone, every human, the rich people will use them to exploit people. And it's gonna suck. That's why we need a lot of laws and regulation. And they are so far behind that the era of exploitation starts. Again, just like the beginning of the internet did. Before protection online became a thing. Anyway, yeah. Once you find out that art was made by AI, most of the interest just falls away from it. Yes, absolutely. So it's like you see a nice art. We always used to be like, wow, this is amazing. This artist is so talented. That's so cool. Maybe I want to buy a piece. Now it's like, wow, this is amazing. Is this AR? Yeah, AI art. Yeah. Oh, you kind of lose interest. For most people do. Because is it impressive that a robot can do 5,000 push-ups? Are you impressed because they do more push-ups than humans? No, you don't care. You're gonna still be impressed that one human does 1,000 push-ups in a row because it's a human feat. It's a show of skills, and we always admire that as humans. We'll never be impressed by what robots can do more than humans. But some jobs will be replaced. You know, people will try to save money for sure. But as far as like the human admiration for human art will stay the same, even if our art is less good than what AI can do. For the example that I just showed. So the admiration for human skill and craft will never leave. And because of that, there will always be some safe jobs for artists. Just less. You know, we won't be able to just be there making monies, making logos and panels for people. That's gonna go away. Those are all new jobs since like the past like 15 years or 20 years, I don't know. Just being online and doing stuff for people. Those were new jobs that are gonna be taken away, sadly. It's gonna go back to just being hard, making a living with art. I'll have to be ahead and make cool content on YouTube and Etsy, you know? Because Etsy can appeal to people who like supporting artists kind of thing and getting something made directly by an artist. So that's where I have to stay, keep my eggs in. It goes from wow, this is amazing, I wonder why they chose this and made this decision. Yeah, exactly. It's so silly. It's also a novelty right now, right? Everyone is interested to just try this crazy AR thing, the AI thing, and making videos with like the new Google AI thing with the crazy looking videos. It's so strange. Well, it makes you scared. Everybody that makes livings off of that art and videos makes you scared. It's a lifelong dream, a very difficult dream to access, to make a living with your art or craft or of any type. It's Avril is exhausted by her own song. Just screams the whole time. Yeah, it's Sundeer to the end. The wifey's bestie's daughter's first punk rock concert. Yeah, it's a good choice. I saw Avril for the first time last year with Crystal in Montreal. No, Ottawa, which was fun. It's like her kind of home region. Her parents were there and all that in the crowd, and it was like tiny show. It was fun. She's so tiny, and she has these big ass shoes. It's funny. You have wondered how full-time streamers manage to make a living with the bills. I imagine sponsorships probably pay the bills. So you're wondering like what kind of size of streamers? Because there's awkwardly full-time streamers that are miniature streams, barely pay the bills, and I know these. Some of my clients are like that, and they struggle to pay me for emotes, or they pay me for emotes and I feel bad. I'm like, God damn! Like, I know art is expensive, and they don't have money. But a healthy medium-sized streamer, the way they make money, sponsorships is the biggest thing. Crystal makes good income now. Crystal is a successful streamer, and so in order, the biggest income is by far the sponsorships. So she has good relationships with like Atlus, Square Enix, since her thing is kind of like JRPGs, and so they reach out to her over the time. She has relationships with like the PR people of these companies, and they just send her PR packages, free shit, and they pay great money for sometimes like they'll fly her to LA for some PR event at Anime Expo or something, and they'll pay her like good monies to pay her game, to play their game on launch. So yeah, that's by far the good income. You want to line up like at least two or three sponsorships per month, and then that's a good salary right there. And then on top of that, YouTube ads, Twitch subs is great passive income. But the main thing is sponsorships, which is weird because you can only get good sponsorships like that when you're already a good size content creator. You can be a good size content creator without making money because you still don't have sponsors. But then once you reach that point where you can have sponsors and they line up for you, then it's a good living. And I don't think that's many streamers that do that can do that. It's the 0 point something % of them. There's there's 7.2 million active streamers on Twitch. So much less than 1% make a living off of it. Crystal is one of them. It makes good money to be the 0% of anything, of any job, right? Like the 0% top, I mean. Like if you play League of Legends and you're in the 0% top players, you're the one that's gonna get sponsored and invited to stuff and make money from it. That doesn't make it a good job otherwise. It makes you the exception pretty much. But that's how they make money. Yeah, sponsorships. Streamers that are at the level to have sponsorships are very successful. Wendiger, tier 2 sub, oh my god. I need to stream art more often. I stream Last of Us, I have -5 viewers. And I stream art, and all of my friends are in chat, dropping their subs.
Don't know why I can even show it again. XD, but here you go.
Wendiger, that's the meme. You managed to press that resub button every 5 days, and we love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the big ass resub, Wendiger. Very, very, very supportive of you, as always. Super appreciated. It is crazy, 72 months. What? You've been sub for so long. Like that makes you one of the most subbed by a lot. Like Makuta has been here for longer. His was 88 earlier. That has to be an all-timer. But that's not that far. That's not that far from 78. So at this point, it feels like you've been here for a very long time. That's crazy. It's like 7 years. That's 7 years. What the heck? That is insane. 7 years. That's how long I've been with Crystal. Well, maybe more at this point. Maybe we're going on it. Oh shit. I was supposed to celebrate my 8 years with Crystal, I think, in May. What happened? Did I miss it? I missed it. Normally Crystal reminds me of that. But oddly enough, I think I perfectly lined up a date that Sunday. Wait, that's funny. Wait, how did I do that? I lined up a really good date for Crystal. I think it was the day of our anniversary of being together, without knowing. Photoshop some sunglasses on my face. I took her to Montreal, ice cream, took her to a cat cafe, I took her to Le Cirque du Soleil, that she always wanted to go there. Hey, I'm just like that. I queue up nice dates without knowing that it's the date. Well, I mean, that's how it should be, in my opinion. Don't wait for that one day a year to celebrate your couple or your girlfriend, right? You were moving and unpacking. Well, wow, that's funny, actually. Maybe that's why she didn't mention it. Because I did plan a date on our date. Wow. I'm so good at this. Hey, we're actually speaking of Pennsylvania, Makuta. We're actually going to the Rent Fair again this year. We have a little. Crystal was planning a family trip, which is the only reason I'll go to the States in the state of things right now. You know, is for family or work. As a Canadian, with what happened, it's like we won't purposely go spend money in the States until things change with the government. But for work and family, that's okay for me. Anyway, so I'll join her on her family trip. But yeah, one thing they queued up is going to the PA Rent Fair. Yeah, the PA Rent Fair. I went to the Pittsburgh one first, like in my beginnings with Crystal. It was a very cute date. But like 2 years ago, I went to the PA Rent Fair one, and honestly, that was very impressive. Definitely the biggest one I've been to. That was really fun. I like it. I like the PA Rent Fair. And I will go sometime late summer. Going a few times. That's out closer to your family, and it's so cool. Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah. It's a very good rent fair. Yep, yeah. If you run into me, maybe you would recognize me. I've only seen like one picture of you a while ago, so I don't think that just on the spot I could recognize you. Well, Crystal will be easy to recognize. 3 claps. What time is it? 3 p.m. Not too bad. Right, you guys are still in Pittsburgh, right? Akuta? So not exactly close to the PA rent fair. It's more close to Meriden, I think, or something. That's why usually we go see her Crystal's brother in Philly on the way there. I normally be getting off work in an hour. Oh, I see, okay. That's why it's lucky that you can make it to the stream. Well, sometimes I'll stream late. I don't necessarily have like a schedule. Well, when I stream later, then you could make it to my stream. those things. And I need to work on Etsy more. And I have all these ambitions on YouTube, and it's endless, it's so hard. So games are not my priority these days. I try to just keep a few per year, like my favorite titles, and I'll just stream them because why not? But after moving, I wanted to reward myself and play a little bit of Last of Us, like the games at the top of the list of like, I want to play before I die kind of thing. So I finally played Last of Us, but then at the same time, Crystal bought me Expedition 33 on PS5 to play it on her nice projector with our sound, epic sound on her new couch, just the epic gamer experience. And it's been the perfect like late night game to play before bed. It's so chill and really cool with amazing music. So it's been great. But like suddenly it's like, okay, I'm playing Last of Us 1 on stream just cuz, and I'm playing Expedition 33, and now Night Rain comes out. Then I kind of have to play that with my besties that also bought it. So suddenly I have 3 games to play, and that's a lot for me. That's a lot. That's too much for me. The timing is weird. It's rare that this happens. Like past few years, all I did was like playing, I don't know, Elden Ring. A few months later, maybe Resident Evil, and then some Halloween game for the stream. But right now I have 3 games to play at the same time. Damn it! Well, I finished Last of Us 1, but I have Last of Us 2 to binge next week. So yeah, just kind of a rough timing. So it's right around where your job is located. Oh, okay. I see. Mm-hmm. But so I played Night Rain just a little bit in solo, and you're not on launch. You're not supposed to play with solo. You're supposed to play with like two friends at least. It's kind of a 3-player multiplayer game. Even if you play duo, it would like queue you up with a rando, which is a bit rough for me. Like I play these Dark Souls games, like I want to savor them, take my damn time with them. So it's not at all the same type of game. It's a multiplayer game. It's kind of also like it's kind of Minecrafty. You're just on a timer before you get killed, I guess, and you have to like level up. What other game is like that? The Forest or something? Some of those survival games. You have to build up a fortress to survive the night or something. It's similar. You drop like in a VR, like Fortnite, from a bird. You have to level up as fast as you can, get items, beat up small bosses. You have to learn the map. I think it's a game that gets progressively more and more fun as you know the map, know where to start, where they drop you. It runs really well on my shitty PC. It's really well optimized. And I like that you have pre-made characters, like one is an archer, one is a magician. Just like these old school kind of classes. Pre-made, pre-built. And it was really fun actually. It was frustrating at first because you don't know shit and you don't know what you're doing, and it's super hard. You're like, how do I survive? What's the goal of the game? It's so weird. But now they released the first patch that actually makes the solo experience better. So now you can kind of play the game solo. It's hard, but it's a bit more optimized for that now than it used to be. Yeah, I always like solo. I mean, I always play Dark Souls. It brought back a love for solo games basically for me. So now I associate these games with playing solo. Like, even the feeling of loneliness in the game is part of the appeal. In those weird worlds. Desolate worlds. So like playing with friends is a completely different dynamic for a game like that. But it's a new approach. Just for the sake of trying something fresh made by FromSoft, I'm very intrigued. Yeah, we have to be maidenless and find a way to find yourself useful while being a lonely little maidenless tarnished dude. So I will definitely try Night Rain with my friends, but sometimes they play with other friends that I don't know, and I'm like, but I just want to play with like 2 people that I know. Like, I don't want to learn to meet new people right now. I'm old. It's late in the night. I'm tired. I want to play with people that I know. But they're gonna do something very nice. So people were complaining about a couple things on launch. There's a couple of stupid things like, oh, there's no crossplay. Well, whatever. But that there's no duo player, and then they said we actually overlooked the idea of a 2-player mode during the development, and we will consider that. And I'm like, please do, because if you're actually buffing and helping the solo player experience, why not also do duo? Like, so that you can play either with 3 people solo or with 2 people. Because I think personally 2-player mode will be my thing. I'll just play with my bestie. It's less social than playing with a bunch of people. You don't have to invite a rando in your team either. I think solo will be like the sweet spot. So they are actually working on that right now. I think it's gonna be a quick fix actually. Maybe next week I'll be able to play solo, duo in Night Rain, and that will be very fun. Because we're also adults, it's hard to like line up a good time to play with 2 friends at the same time. the love. Wow, which of my emotes got you into trying to make emotes? Like whose streamers maybe? Maybe 5-5. The OG dragons. Oh my god. Makuta? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift sub. 287. That's crazy, right? I love that we can see your all-time gift subs. 5-5 for sure, and then my YouTube videos. Oh my gosh. It's always been the dilemma, like all of these past few years, like this whole time I could have been making more like emote related YouTube videos, but I always wanted to branch out and make stuff like animated content, animated parodies and all that. Just more like my own creations instead of tutorials. But like, damn it, tutorials are so good on YouTube. I should have just made tutorials the whole time. That's crazy. Yeah, you found my tutorials. A lot, like, sometimes I think about doing a new one, like a new ultimate emote tutorial. But there's still a lot of the things I told in that video that still applies today. A lot of it. A lot of the concepts and the little tweaks and tricks that I do. There's just more now, maybe. And now, well, I've been animating emotes for like 2 years, like full time. It's been fun though. It's been such a change of pace. Like after, I've been making emotes since 2014. So I barely made any static emotes the past 2 years. It's just been the same clients coming back for filling up these animated emote slots. But I got lucky because I started branching out into animated stuff and animated emotes a little bit before Twitch made it a big thing. So luckily I was just ready. Like before, I was delegating. I was just telling my clients, like I'm full with static emotes, so you should go see this and that animator that have been animating my emotes for my clients kind of thing. But now I don't delegate anymore. I'm like, I animate. I animate now. It's a thing that I do. And I've been just pumping out tons of emotes for Valkyrie and Poki. Man, all this music makes me want to watch some 90s and 2000 movies, like Scream, that kind of thing, you know. Those are my vibes. Like sometimes I really miss a particular vibe. When I was like 20 years old, I was working in a cinema, working late hours, and after work I would go to my buddy's basement. Oh, we would go rent cassettes, VHS cassettes. We would go rent movies at like the local like Blockbuster. Just you go in the horror category or whatever, and then you just rent a few VHS. VHS, is that a proper English term? VHS in a VCR? Yeah, right? No, wait, yeah. Okay. And that is so nostalgic. You just binge watch a couple of old tapes in your buddy's basement with a bunch of snackies and watch stuff like Scream 2. Ah, man, that's a nostalgic thing. That is a thing. That's a vibe that's very different today. So the closest that I get to that vibe is like rewatching some of these old movies, for sure. Binging like, yeah, stuff like Scream. It's a vibe. But now that I live closer to my friends again, I think I'm gonna be doing that more often, like movie nights. After all the monies we invested in our living room setup, we're gonna have to use them. Just needs some tweaking. Yeah, that's kind of it. It's kind of like the one I made for Valkyrie. Different style of tears. I kind of like hand drew the tears for Valkyrie, and it was like a long animation for no reason. Now I tweened it. The tweens, Smash! The tweens! We used the tweens intelligently. And now it looks like the water is flowing by just reshaping shape with a bit of automation. We use the tweening. I'm surprised how close I got this to where I wanted it without really being focused the whole time, kind of thing. Except I did spend a lot of time just... But you know what? Hey, we talked. We had so much fun. We hung out. The whole gang is stopped by today. A lot of the gang stopped by today. We even have new subs. A successful comeback art stream. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I want more art streams this week. So I don't think I'll stream too long today. And as far as the Last of Us streams go, we finished Last of Us 1. I think I'm just gonna beat up the DLC offline, because who cares? And I might try to push some Last of Us 2 streams next week. Not that any of my viewers care about the Last of Us streams, but it's almost just for me. I want them recorded. I like having like VODs of my game experiences these years, and I just throw them at my VOD YouTube channel. For example, the Dark Souls streams are so precious to me that I will like watching my first Dark Souls experience again one day, probably. But yeah, I think next week, yeah, we'll just split the art streams with a bit of Last of Us 2. And tonight I'm gonna go work on my comic, finally put them out again. I've been not working on my comics for most of 2025 because I started with a big emotes rush and a motivation